In today's video, we're going to be talking about upfront medical. Is upfront medical compulsory or not? I've gotten a couple of questions in my DM asking, oh, should they do upfront medical? Should they not? Is it compulsory? Is it not? And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about upfront medical, whether it is compulsory or not. In case you are new to my channel, my name is Lovelyn and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I post videos every Wednesdays by 5:30 p.m. and every Saturday by 6 p.m. I share videos regarding my immigration journey to Canada on a study visa, and I share useful tips on study visa immigration to Canada. I also share my lifestyle here as an international student. And if this is the type of content that you're very much interested in, please stay tuned and watch, and also come back to watch more of my videos. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, and if you're not new and you've been coming here once in a while, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Now let's get straight into today's video.
Walk out the door in my little black dress. Been a long day and I need to de-stress. Sunset be.
So medical test is one of the things that is very much required when putting in for Canada visa, whether a temporary residence visa or a permanent residence visa. One of the things they would require of you is to carry out a medical test. So the question now is, should I do an upfront medical or not? I would say doing an upfront medical is left to you to decide whether you want to do the upfront medical or you want to wait till IRCC requests for your medicals. And later in this video, I would state some advantages and then some disadvantages of doing an upfront medicals or waiting till IRCC requests you. So when you are putting in your visa application, that you are in the process of filling out the forms, there's a section there that asks if you've done any approved medical test in the last 12 months, and it states there to say yes or no. If you click on yes, at the end of filling your form, IRCC would require that you submit the e-medical that was given to you from the medical center. Now, if you've not done upfront medical, all you have to do is click no. There's no penalty for whether you have an upfront medical, there's no penalty for if you've done an upfront medical or not. They just want to know, and that's it. So the medical test is run to be sure that you're medically fit for you to be able to, travel down to Canada. There's nothing serious. They just run a series of tests like full blood counts, HIV, hepatitis, urine tests, urinalysis, and a couple of other tests. And yeah, for this test, you don't just go to any hospital to run the test. There are approved medical centers that you're supposed to do the test. Two of the approved medical centers that I know of in Nigeria are IOM and QLife. I'm going to check the full meaning of IOM because I'm not sure I know the full meaning. I think it's International Organization of Migration. I'm not sure. I'm going to check the full meaning to put it. In Lagos State, there is IOM and then there is QLife. QLife is on the island and IOM is on the mainland. And in Abuja, there's only IOM. I'm sure it's left to you to decide which of the states is closer to you and more convenient for you. Another thing you need to know about medicals is whether you're doing an upfront medical or IRCC requests for your medical test. One thing you would have to do is go through the website of these medical centers to book an appointment. Walking into those medical centers doesn't work, whether you have an IRCC letter requesting for your medical test or not. Both of them that I'm aware of will tell you to book an appointment online, and you cannot just walk in to do your test. Initially, people used to be able to walk in to do their test, but due to the volume of people that they have coming in for medicals, it gets overwhelming, and just booking online works perfectly. And then it's very easy. I'm going to put the link to both websites, QLife and IOM. I'm going to put the link in my description. All you have to do is go to their site, book your appointments, and I think they would ask you whether it's an adult or for a child, maybe just one person's or two persons. I'm not sure how much is it, but at the time I did mine, I think it was about 40 something thousand. I'm not sure. I'm going to also check the prices and put it on the screen, and I'm going to put a description link. I'm going to put a link for you to have detailed information about all these things. And all you have to do is book online. You would see the available dates that they have, and you pick a date that works for you. And there are also time, and you pick a time that works for you as well. So at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I was going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of doing whether an upfront medical or waiting for IRCC to request your medicals. So one of the advantages of doing an upfront medical is you don't have to wait for IRCC to request your medical test, because after they request your medical tests, you then have to book an appointment, which is most likely that you have to, like, before you can get, say for example, you want to book today, you might not get a date for this week, you might not even get a date for next week. You might have to, like, the dates that you might be seeing, the dates that you get to see might be like 2 to 3 weeks from that day. So as I was saying, if you've done your upfront medical, you don't have to like wait for IRCC to like send you a medical test request, because you are going to be uploading everything at once, and the only thing you're just waiting for is just for you to get your passport request. But if you've not done an upfront medical and you are waiting for IRCC to send you the medical request, then it will now still take you maybe another 2 to 4 weeks to be able to provide your medical test. Like, time is ticking already. You might have like maybe a deadline. Maybe you want to resume school by September and your medical request is just coming in August. Then you have to wait for another weeks. And the thing is, it's not like, it's rare for you to do your medicals today and send it to IRCC and they send your passport request to you in like couple of days. It doesn't work that way. You still have to like wait for maybe some weeks for them to get back to you. So doing an upfront medical saves you all these timelines that I'm mentioning, because after you now finally upload your medical test, you then have to wait for them to send you passport requests. And you know that the process of passport request too, you have to like wait for like maybe a week or two before you now finally get your visa, because after getting your passport request, you then have to send your passport to Lagos or Abuja for stamping or wherever you are. So it's just better to have your upfront medical done and everything uploaded at the same time. And the thing is, if you're putting in your application and you don't have your medicals done at that point of putting in your application, you can still go ahead to put in your application. After you've put in your application, you can then book an appointment for your medicals. You don't have to like wait. And so you can book an appointment for your medicals. Who knows, maybe IRCC would even send a medical request before the date of your medical appointment. So I would recommend upfront medicals instead of waiting for a medical request from IRCC, because of all these timelines and how it will save you time and everything. Now, talking about the downside of doing upfront medicals, the downside to it is that it only lasts you for a period of 12 months. So say for example, if you don't use your medicals within that 12 months period, say God forbid, for example, there's a situation of visa rejection back to back like I experienced, that means if you don't use that medical test within the space of 12 months, you would have to do another medical test. Because it happened to me. For my first application, I didn't do an upfront medical. I waited. I was hoping that I would get a medical request letter, but that didn't come. So by the time I put in my second application, that was when IRCC, then they had like a huge backlog and volume of students putting in study visa applications. So they put out a publication then that if you've put in your application, that we should go do an upfront medical examination. That was the publication then, and I just decided, okay, let me just do an upfront medical examination. And I think I put in a second application in around May. I think it was around July or June. I can't remember. And I put the application in around June, July, and it was after I had put in my second application that I then booked an appointment for my upfront medical, which I did. So I did my upfront medical in August, and unfortunately the visa didn't come through. Same thing for my third application. So by the time I was putting in my fourth application, which was around June 2022, I knew that my medical request would probably not be able to meet up, because the probability of IRCC responding to me by August, the chances was in, I had faith, but I knew that the chances was very, very slim. So I had to do another upfront medical. So that's the thing. Medical test only lasts for 12 months. So if by chance, there's a situation of visa rejection, and it happens back to back, I don't prefer anybody to go through what I went through, but in a situation like that, in a situation of waiting for like maybe 12 months and in your process of visa application, that means you would have to do another medicals, which would result to a waste of money. And if you know that, you're on a budget and you don't have that much money to start splurging on medicals, it's just recommended that you wait for IRCC to send you a medical request letter. So that is it with medical test and upfront medical test. So the most important thing to know about your medical test is upfront is not compulsory. It's a thing of choice, whether you want to or you don't want to. Weigh your options. See, if you have like maybe you're resuming in September, you're putting in your application in January, you feel like you have enough time, you might want to wait. If you feel like you don't have enough time, you want everything to be done sharp, you might want to go for upfront medical. So it's left to you. And yes, that is all about the medical test and upfront medical test. I'll put all the necessary links in my description below. Please do well to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment if you don't understand anything and you want me to explain something better. You can send me a DM on Instagram and I would be able to respond to you as soon as I am available to. You can also leave your questions in the comment sections. And yes, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.